Hey everybody, it's Andrew Tibbs. Welcome back to My Horror. And there you have it. I am excited to talk to you guys about this movie today. This was recommended to me by my good friend Ace Streeter. He's the one who... What did he recommend to me? Oh yeah, Perfect Blue, and I think he recommended Itchy the Killer as well. And so, this guy has a lot of influence. Again, this is another film by one of my favorite filmmakers from Japan, Takashi Miike. If you remember, he directed Itchy the Killer, directed, to me, the most disturbing movie of all time, Imprint, and then Audition, which, till this day, still shocks a lot of people when they realize it's not a romantic comedy. And so, the movie I want to talk to you guys about this time, however, this is claimed to be his 100th film, although I looked on IMDb, and if you count the different music videos the guy's done, or if you do a TV series and stuff like that, this guy's done over 100, works. This guy is incredibly busy. I don't know if he has Red Bull going through an IV into his arm 24/7, but this guy seems to not want to stop moving or doing work. So, power to him, but oh my gosh, he really must love what he does because he's done so much of it. And so, this movie is a really, really good movie. It reminded me a lot of like a mix between what you would see in a horror film and Kill Bill. I classify horror in a weird way. Like if there's a lot of gore in a movie, I'll automatically just label that one as horror because, if it's something horrific, like is that not horror, right? And so, but it's not terrifying at the same time, though. So it's like a Kill Bill movie with a lot of horror elements, if that makes sense. And so, like I said, it was directed by Takashi Miike, and it was based on the manga. I don't read manga, so I have no idea about this one, but by Hiroki Samara. And so, the movie, it stars a man who looks a lot like, what was the guy's name? Asano from Itchy the Killer. Remember the guy with all the different scars that are like across the mouth and everything? Just, the guy looks a lot like that. I have a picture right here if you want to see it. So this is the main character. This is the blade of the Immortal. This is the Immortal guy. Okay, his name is Manchi, and he has a little bit of a sad story. The movie starts out with him killing off his evil lord. That I can't remember the relations or whatever, but there's this lord who's very evil. And so Manchi decides, he's going to kill him, and he's going to kill all of his henchmen. Unbeknownst to him, that one of the henchmen for this evil lord that he was going to kill, or that he killed, was one of those men was the husband to his sister, Machi. And so when he killed all these people, I don't want to say she went insane, but, when he killed her husband, she kind of lost her mind. She started acting like she was a 4-year-old kid, and, instead of doing the honorable thing, which I don't know what the word is for this in Japan, but, where they stab themselves to preserve their honor or something, instead of doing that, he went on the run with his sister so he can protect her. And so he is now an outlaw, and there's a bounty on his head. People are looking for this guy, and so they're really trying to hide. While they're running, there's this lady named, now, you know how much I like names, Yao Bikuni, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to call her Bikini for the rest of the time. She's 800 years old. I don't know what kind of creams or essential oils she's using, but she looks great for her age. I think it might be kale. But she comes to him, confronts him, saying, you've done wrong things. Like, what do you think you're going to do? What's your plan of action next? And while she's distracting Machi, the sister, has run off. And so Manchi is like running after her, and he sees that she's now been taken hostage by like over 100 Ronin, which are, samurai without a master. And so she's taken hostage. The leader's like, we will give your sister back, we'll spare her life, if you give up yours, because there's a bounty on your head and we want it. And, Manchi's ready to do this, he's ready to take that trade, but while the sister is, walking away with one of those little twirl things, like she's at a 4th of July parade, one of the guys, this is my sword, sorry, one of the guys like gets the sister and they slash her right in the back. She falls down, she's dead, and Manchi has now gone through this entire, like, he's gone into a berserker phase. Think the ending of the first Kill Bill movie where everyone's in, it's all black and white, and she just destroys everybody. It's a lot like that, but more insane. Like, you see some of these movies where, you know, like these war films, where you'll have the main character, you'll see him fighting everyone, like, going really fast, and you'll see all these, like, extras or all these other bad guys, fighting him at the same time, and it makes it look like they're all fighting at once, but really you see like 5 guys just sort of standing there like, I can't wait till it's my turn, and then they just get killed immediately. No, this is one of those battles when he's killing these 100 Ronin, like everyone is jumping in. This is a massive battle, and he is slaughtering all of them. Now, even though he's doing really good, like the whole time, even though you know he lives through this because the movie's about him, like, you fear that, you're like, oh no, please don't die. Like, he gets his hand cut off, he gets those scars on his face that I just showed you. And, eventually he does kill everyone. He kills the leader as well. And so, when that happens, he's bleeding out, this guy is gonna die. He lays down, and then my favorite 800-year-old bikini comes up, and she puts these worms inside of his tissue. And you see, they reattach the hand. They're healing all his wounds, and so from henceforth, now and forever, Manchi is immortal. Hence, the blade of the immortal. And the rest of the story involves this lady named Rin Inasu, who her father gets killed by this evil dude named what's his name, Anatsu, and she tries to seek out Manchi to recruit him to help her kill this guy to avenge her father's death. And the story goes off from there. I can't get too intense into it because really the movie's like 2.5 hours long, and there's a lot of stuff. It's all, straightforward, but a lot of stuff happens, and I don't think I can dive into that too much. But I'm going to recommend this movie. It is a lot of fun. Ace, that's a pun. Ace, you have another ace in the hole. Yeah, that was good. And so this movie is a lot of fun. The one thing I thought was funny, though, the girl who goes out to hire Manchi, Rin, she is an okay fighter herself, not as good as him, but she does this thing where when a huge battle is taking place, and there's a lot of battles in this movie, she gets these knives, like, she throws them up, it's almost like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever, but she holds these knives in her hands. She does some sort of Xena, the warrior princess yell, and then she throws them at everybody. But the funny thing is, it's so anticlimactic because she'll get those knives ready to like throw at everybody, but she either misses everyone or she hits Manchi. So I'm just like, I want to say, Rin, well, you're doing this very cool, but you're not good at it. So you got to learn, girl. You should have stayed in school. Okay. But the movie itself is extremely fun. Like, I liked it a lot. Like I said, it's not grisly horror, kind of like what you would see in Itchy the Killer or Imprint or Audition. But the horror that is present is very good. And, it's not cringeworthy, but a lot of blood. So if you're a fan of blood in movies, you get your fill. There's 2.5 hours worth of gore. So I wanted to thank you guys for joining in. We'll catch you up next time. Bye.